When we say climate justice, we're talking about the liberation of the most oppressed. We're talking about safeguarding the global south from the impacts of climate change that we are already experiencing.
It is true that the worst effects of climate change will be felt in the global south by black and brown people, by poor people.
Climate justice must include a new economic system because, newsflash, this one isn't working. We can no longer measure progress by gross domestic product when products come from resources of the earth, and it's a finite planet.
Because what we have to understand is that the climate crisis has been caused by 4 root causes, and they are capitalism, colonialism, racism, and patriarchy. Because these 4 causes lead us to believe that profit is more important than life.
We're talking about a just transition where workers are protected and where we center communities of color, especially those from the global south, and where we learn the true definition of economy, which actually means management of home. And it's the indigenous people who know how to manage this home.
For us in the UK, climate justice might not be a term we hear very often. Climate justice can be understood as the belief that climate action is only fair when it strives for social and economic equality within and between countries. Climate justice recognizes that those least responsible for climate change are those most likely to experience the impacts with the least ability to adapt. It addresses the links between climate change and inequalities of class, race, and gender in order to strive for a more equitable future. Climate justice focuses power away from governments and big business by listening to and standing in solidarity with the grassroots movements of those most affected by climate change, including the Global South, small island states, indigenous peoples, migrants and refugees, those living in poverty anywhere in the world, as well as organizations addressing the inequalities experienced by women and young people.